What's up, guys? Welcome to the Pitt Football Game Day postgame. So I'm Mason Tepesky, your host. Today we are going to recap the Panthers' late 24-20 loss at the hands of the Clemson Tigers on Saturday today at Acrisure Stadium. Just got back from the game, actually, literally 5 minutes ago, but it wasn't the best of games for sure. Not because of mostly because of how it ended, but throughout the game it was not very good. I mean, we did not look good at all during this game for the most part. Trailed 7-0 early. Then we responded with a touchdown to make it 7-7. Clemson got a touchdown to make it 14-7. Then it was 17-7, and at halftime it was 17-7. So it was not a first half. It was definitely a poor first half, that's for sure. And definitely that was disappointing to see. I mean, our defense carried us. Our offense didn't do anything the first half, or didn't do a whole lot the first half, which was definitely disappointing. That is for sure. Second half, though, things got better. The defense, they played good the whole game, but they really tightened up in the second half, which was good to see. At one point, it was like the yardage was 160 for us, 12 for them. Late in the game, Sauls kicked a field goal to make it 17-10, and then we got to stop. We drove the field down, and Bartholomew caught a touchdown from Nate Yarnell, the quarterback, makes it 17-17 late. We get a big stop. They go for it it was 3rd and 1. We stopped them. 4th and 2, we stopped them. So that was definitely good to see. We got 2 crucial stops, which was awesome. That was good to see for sure. And yeah, that was super impressive. And then we drove, and we had a chance, really, like it was 2:30 left, and we jumped off sides or false started, and that backed us up to like 1st and 15. We could not get the ball down like deep enough to like kick it with like 2 or 3 seconds left to win it because of that penalty, so we had way too much time on the clock. We got a field goal. Sauls made it. It was 20-17 Pitt with a minute 34 left, I want to say. Then the defense, I don't know what happened. They just forgot how they played the whole game, I guess. And we scored they had a couple big pass plays. And then at the Clemson 46, Klubnik just took it, ran it, and scored a 54-yard touchdown, winning the game for the Tigers 24-20. As we failed to drive late to win the game. So it was definitely disappointing, that's for sure. Again, the discipline was an issue. We had a million false starts. The play clock, we couldn't get plays off with the play clock at times. So it was extremely disappointing. Extremely disappointing there. I feel like we lacked discipline greatly in this game. Nate Yarnell, obviously, I mean, he was good last year when we asked him to play, and he was one of the bright spots in what was a depressing year last year, but he's definitely not the answer long-term for this team. I've been saying that. I mean, way back when Eli first transferred here from Alabama, I was thinking that he should get the starting quarterback job, and yeah, I mean, that proved right considering how well he's played throughout the year for the most part, and considering the fact that Yarnell wasn't bad, but he certainly wasn't that great. I mean, he's not the quarterback that will take us to where we need to be. And so, I mean, I know Narduzzi likes him a lot. I mean, he was recruited by Pitt and Narduzzi, and he was here during the Kenny Pickett years, which is good. And I know as I said, Narduzzi likes him a lot. So I think that's why he got a preference early. But as it goes on, we know now that Holstein's definitely a better quarterback, and I think that's where you need to go. But I give Nate Yarnell, obviously, a lot of credit because, I mean, he stuck around for it all. I mean, he stuck around with Pickett. Then they brought in Kadone Slovis, the transfer, and that didn't work out. He stuck through that. And then last year we brought in Phil Dracovic, Christian Veyer. That didn't work out, but he stuck through it, and he stayed here and looked like it was going to be his opportunity. Then Holstein caught up to him and got the job, and they never looked back. I mean, Holstein's he's a talented football player. I will say that. He's not played the best the past little while here, but he's a talented football player. And we all know that he's a talented football player. You wouldn't be recruited by Alabama otherwise, but I mean, there just needs to be more discipline and more trust. And I didn't feel good about those today. And I hope in the future that we gain trust. So, yeah, that's all I really have to say. Other than that, there's really not a whole lot to talk about in terms of this football game. It was obviously very sloppy, and I don't get it. I mean, I just don't get how you could blow that late. I mean, we held the line very good against West Virginia, who's actually, that's why I'm glancing off right now. Sometimes if you couldn't tell, or if you could tell and I just were curious, that's why I'm glancing off right now. I have 4 games on my TV. I was able to get that. West Virginia is one of them. They're playing Baylor, and it's tied at 14. They just went for 4th down and missed it. Missouri trails South Carolina 7-6. That's another game that's on. SMU leads Boston College 17-14. And Oregon State and Air Force is the other one. They're not showing the score right now, but that's why I'm glancing off a little bit. But, I mean, we did this versus WVU. I know WVU is probably not as good as Clemson, but we still... SMU just for a pick. We still should have been able to do the same exact thing and it should have worked, which is ridiculous. And speaking of Boston College, who actually just got a pick, it looks like, but it might be called back because of a flag against SMU. These next 2 games are going to be tough. I feel that this team probably finishes 7-5 because you're probably not going into Louisville and winning. You're not going to do that, I don't think. And there's a reason. They're going to be out for revenge because of last year. Number one of the few games we won last year, so they're going to be kind of out for revenge. And number 2, we're cold. And Louisville's hot. Despite them losing to Stanford right now, I don't know if they're going to lose or not, but Louisville's very good at home, especially against us. So I'm not going to be shocked if we don't go in there and win. It'll be interesting for sure to see what happens. So that's really that. Boston College, Bill O'Brien's tough, and he'll have that team ready to go. That's for sure. So that's not going to give me it. So it's going to be a rough finish. I'm happy we got to a bowl game, and it'll be interesting to see what bowl game we got. So just be happy for what we got this year, and that's all. 2 games left. One against Louisville and the other against Boston College. Next week is Louisville, obviously. It's free, as I just said. It's 3:30 or 4 o'clock. We'll find out later today on ESPN2, I think. Should be a fun one. I always like playing there, so it'll be interesting for sure. Definitely good. Definitely interesting. Definitely going to be a nice finish to the year before the bowl game. And now Boston College just for a pick, so that's interesting. But they're headed to halftime. And this video is headed to end time. So hope you guys enjoyed this one. Have a good day. Take care. Stay safe. And as always, peace. See you guys next week.